Ads are hard to miss. They feature candidates for office in Minnesota telling us how they're reaching across the aisle to get things done.
But that is not the reality in Congress. That's why we thought it was perfect for Pat Kessler's reality check.
The candidates say it in their ads.
I worked across the aisle to make sure all of these bills became law.
Democrats and Republicans are getting along fine.
This is a bipartisan bill. We wouldn't have gotten it done without Republicans and Democrats.
But the reality in Washington, almost nothing gets done.
It's just very difficult to do anything.
The University of Minnesota's Humphrey Institute studies Washington gridlock and found it's as bad as it's been in more than a century.
The Hatfield-McCoy battle between Democrats and Republicans is as wide as we've seen it in decades. Some measures take it back to the Civil War.
In fact, this Congress ending December 31st is so paralyzed by gridlock, the U.S. government actually shut down for 16 days.
All we're asking for here is a discussion.
The clerk of the U.S. House reports this Congress, the 113th, passed only 183 bills. The 112th Congress passed 283, and the 111th, 383 bills.
It's been amazing to see Amy Klobuchar and Eric Paulson working together on this issue.
Despite what the TV ads say, this Congress passed even fewer bills than the 1948 Do-Nothing Congress made famous by Harry Truman.
We can save this country.
This Congress, 183 bills. The Do-Nothing Congress, it passed 906. That's Reality Check. Well, part of why candidates are running ads like this is that the public is fed up with gridlock and Congress. A national poll last week found only 8% of Americans think Congress is doing a good or an excellent job. To put that in context, 7% of Americans believe the moon landing was faked. So, you know, this 8%, 7%, this is a problem. And the voters in America don't like what's happening in Washington. So you're seeing this in the ads.
Yeah, but not everyone thinks what Congress is doing is all bad. So
That's true.
Does fewer bills passed mean that Congress is less productive?
You know, that is true, and that is one of the things, that's one way of looking at it. There's a sizable number of senators and representatives who believes passing more laws is a bad thing. But here we're talking about really major bills, Congress not being able to pass budgets to keep the government running, or immigration reform, or almost anything else. So every time you see some of these political commercials saying we're reaching across the aisle, you know, think about that.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
You bet.